Hello family, warmest welcome back again to the Lovista channel. It's such a great pleasure to have you here once again, and I do hope you're doing well. And yes, today on the menu we do have one of the family's absolutely favorite dish ever, which is Diehuo. This dish has a special place in my heart, and I really want to share this recipe with you family because you are all so amazing to me. I first made this dish together with my sister-in-laws way back in 2014, I think, in Italy, and since then I've been making this dish non-stop. To end it all, it's everyone's favorite, so I get to make it a lot, and I'm sharing with you today family. It's just so amazing. I hope you like it and enjoy. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Sit back, relax and enjoy. We're dividing this dish into 3 sections. I just wanted it to be clear as possible. So we are starting off with the stew. That is what I normally start off with. So you can go ahead and use any protein of choice. And if you do not like meat, absolutely fine. You can go ahead and use just fish for it. Okay, so here I have some goat meat, some kotoje aka cow legs, and some intestines, deer, all that, you know. And I also have some WELE aka pomo. And I also have the liver of a cow, which intensify my stew for me. But if you're not used to it, you can absolutely ignore, or maybe try it one day and you will testify. So here I have my blended spices: onion, ginger, garlic, aniseed, and some little bit of cloves. And I have my shrimp powder here, and I also have my tomatoes, some chilies according to your taste family. And this one is a sauce that I sieved from making my kotoje stew, if you remember. Yes, that tomato juice, I'm going to use it here. And I have my salt and palm oil. So let's go straight into making our stew. I go ahead to put all the meat. You know, Diehuo stew actually have a lot of meat. I really didn't even go overboard. I really went down on this one. Okay, if you see what my friend did the other day, you will be shocked. It was zoo. But really we went down. But that is the beauty of this dish. A lot of meat. Yes, family. So after that, I just go ahead to pour all my blended spices in on my meat and allow it to cook for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I add 3 teaspoons of shrimp powder and 3 teaspoons of salt. Yes, that is the salt that this stew is actually going to need all along. Yes, after that I give it a good stir, and I actually allow it to cook on under low heat so that all the meat is going to absorb and marinate really well. So after 15, come here and check on my meat, and it's doing quite awesome. So yeah, I am happy. You know, this aroma here in the kitchen was out of this world. Yes, that is. So right now I'm taking out the meat, only the meat, because I have good meat. I have a lot of meat, mixture of meat, which I will list every single meat that I use here in the description box, so please check that out. I'm taking only the cow meat and I'm going to air fry it, and I'll add it later on in when the stew is almost done. That is where it's going back in the stew. Yes, yeah, you want to make sure it has the good amount of salt at this point. Okay, so I go ahead to blend my tomatoes and pepper and then add it at this point. You are in control of your pepper. I absolutely love, so I really went down on the pepper, but you can always go ahead to grind some extra pepper on the side. So anyone who wants extra pepper will go for that one as well. So yeah, I went ahead to add the tomato juice as well, and then I just go ahead and stir it. If you don't have tomato juice, it's family, I use tomato juice because I didn't want it to go to waste, but you don't have to use that. You can only use tomato and pepper and it's fine, absolutely fine. Okay, so I go ahead, it is incorporating really very well, and the sauce is actually getting really very thick, and it's just a sign that it's getting ready, it's getting done the way it needs to be. So after a good 20 minutes on it, you see that your stew and your meat are really incorporated and harmonized the way it needs to be. Okay, so just go ahead and put it on a low heat. And what I like to also do at this point is I love me some fresh ginger aroma here, so I go ahead to grind a little bit of ginger and add it, not too much because it can be actually bitter, so please note. Okay, so right now the stew is almost done, so I go ahead to use my palm oil with some chopped red onions and a bit of momone also, just to make my palm oil, you know, infused well, and it's ready to go into my stew once it's done. Do I call this stew? It's actually a sauce. Okay, I like to call it sauce, but it's normally and very popularly known as Diehuo stew. Okay, so I add my palm oil and stir it. Look family, it is that easy. All that you So here I go ahead to add my fried meat. This was fried in the air fryer and was so crunchy. That is what you're going to find in most of your Diehuo stew. Anyone who loves Diehuo knows that there is somehow fried meat in there, and it's absolutely yummy. Now look at that family. Right now we are done with our sauce, Diehuo stew or Diehuo sauce, you call it whatever you want. Okay, but to me it's just a sauce, and it's done, and we are ready to go to the next step. Yummy. Absolutely appetizing and tasty. Now we're done with the stew, let's go ahead and make our ayoyo soup. All right, okay, so right now all that you need is your MOLOKHIA leaves, which can be found in most of the Arab shop, your Indian shop, African shop, very popular here in Sweden. At times you can actually get the fresh ones from the market, but today I'm using the frozen ones. It works perfectly fine. And you need some okra as well, and also we'll have your DAWADAWA, some herrings, salted cured fish, which is the MOMONE, and also some herring powder, and your chopped onions, and of course some shrimp powder as well. First thing that you have to do is put some water on your bowl and add in your DAWADAWA and your MOMONE, and you gently mix it very well until the DAWADAWA is dissolved well. Okay, so you go ahead and also add your shrimp powder to this mixture, and also your herring powder will come in as soon as everything is mixed well. So you just go ahead and mix it very well and allow it to boil for around 3 minutes. Okay, so once it's boiling, you just go ahead and blend your MOLOKHIA or AYOYO leaves together with your okra. Okay, and add water to it, not too much, just about a cup of water, and then you start to blend it. You're going to blend, it becomes very smooth. Now a lot of people also love to see their MOLOKHIA leaves in their soup. It is really up to you, but I like it to be smooth as possible. Look at that green, it is just so good to see. My son asked me, "Mommy, are you making some smoothie?" And I said, "You're right, it looks just like smoothie." So once that is blended well, you can also see that the mixture here is absolutely boiled and everything is well mixed and incorporated, except for the momone, which is going to do it later on. So I go ahead to add all that blended greeny MOLOKHIA leaves in my okra. Look, that's all. Super simple. Whisking it at this stage will ensure that your AYOYO soup does not draw. So I go ahead to add my dried herrings. This is absolutely optional. You don't have to add it, but I love the flavor that it gives to it, you know. And also some onions. Yes, it's going to make your AYOYO soup actually taste so good. We all know the taste of onions, right? It makes everything better. So yeah, don't omit that. Add onions next time you make it, okay? So yeah, you go ahead and allow it to boil. And also you will need to whisk all the time, and yeah, just so you doesn't lose that drawiness from it. So yeah, that is all. You need to cook this for at least 7 minutes and you will have your AYOYO soup ready as well. So let's do the swallow. This is the very important part. Without this, your TZ or Diehuo is not complete at all. Okay, what you need here is dried powdered cassava. Yes, this is normally and popularly known by Ghanaians as kokonte. I love to, you know, sieve it because sometimes you get your, you know, this chaff that you get, but this that I got in the African shop is really very smooth. This is what I do all the time. I sieve it to just make sure all the lumps in there is being broken and being smooth to the point that I'm not going to have any lumps in my Diehuo. That is the first step. So together with your kokonte, you will also need your cornmeal. Okay, that is what we use for bankum. So I take 2 cups of each of them, and for the cornmeal I will just take about 1/4 cup and then mix it with water. And this I'm going to make it in a porridge form, which you will see later on. Yeah, you just have to mix it a little bit with water, and you just have to be very careful you don't create lumps here, and then you just make it in a porridge form. That is the first very step. You are getting closer now. After your water has boiled for quite some time, you just lower your heat and add your cornmeal, which has been, you know, mixed together with water. And here is the first step. It's just like you doing some porridge. Allow it to boil for 5 minutes, and then you come back to mix your cornmeal together with your dried cassava flour. Okay, yeah, you just take the same amount or the same quantity and then mix it well together. And now it actually also depends on you. Some people love to have more of the cassava flour than the cornmeal, but I like my mixture to be even, so I take the same amount of kokonte. Okay, so as we're done, this is what I want you to have a careful look at. So at this point, I also add a little bit of water. It is not too cold and not too hot water, just warm water to this mixture. And then I make sure that it is blended evenly together. Now, the reason why I do this is some time back, I used to also add the powdered form directly to my boiled cornmeal on the fire, and it was a lot of work, family. It was just too much work. Somebody has to hold it and to be, you know, adding it for you. And what if you don't have anybody else in the kitchen? So I came up with this, and it was so helpful. It will make your teas definitely lump free, and it's just so easy to work with. Right now, I'll divide my cornmeal porridge into 2 equal parts, and I am going to add my mixture of kokonte and the cornmeal together in this porridge. And mind you, when you're adding it together, please again lower your heat, because it's going to make a quick reaction that if your heat is high, you're easily going to get lumps in your Diehuo, which we do not like that. So please lower your heat, and as fast as you can, you have to stir. Look, it is so simple like that. You see that I'm doing this alone without anyone else's help. So it is strictly for beginners. If this is your first time ever to make Diehuo, please do this method. Use this method. Don't directly add the flour to the porridge, because it might be lumpy. Okay, and yeah, once you use this, you are ready to go, and it's just so easy. See how easy it was to just blend everything together without getting lumps, and you just have to add it a little by little. You do not have to add all at once. Once you put everything at once, you're going to lose control. That is the risk. You might lose control of the situation, and you might get lumps in your Diehuo, and it's not nice to see lumps in there. That is not what we're looking for. Okay, so you continue to drive your Diehuo. Yes, drive it like the proper driver that you are. All right, drive it, and once it gets thicker, you go ahead, continue to add your porridge on the side little by little, and as it's everything blend well together, I added my very last portion of my mixture of conte and my cornmeal flour. It is super easy this way, family. No stress at all. If you use this, certainly 100% sure that you're not going to fail your Diehuo classes. Not at all. And everybody that eats your Diehuo will testify that it's absolutely lumps free. The first very time that I made Diehuo was in Italy, way back 2014. It was my sister-in-laws who made this, and I was in love for the first time. And I think when I came back to Sweden, we went for holidays in Italy, and when I came back to Sweden, I think I learned a couple of new, techniques here on YouTube as well. So that is the reason, even one of the reasons why I love making videos, because you never know who you are helping. I watched another tutorials from Adum Home Cooking, which I don't normally see her videos these days. She was great help to me because I was newly married and I really needed new skills in the kitchen. She taught me few things, and thanks to her, if ever she find this video. Always good to watch YouTube videos to compare, contrast, add, divide, subtract, to make your meal perfect. Big thanks to her, Adum Home Cooking, and of course my very own sister-in-laws, Gifty and Abigail. They also taught me. We actually did it together. So, and my eyes, when I see good food, I'm learning it, trying over till I perfect it. And since 2014 till date, I have never stopped making this. Look how perfect this Diehuo is looking, and how smooth. Definitely looking pretty, okay, with no pimples. So funny this. My husband used to say that, hey, Diehuo, we didn't feel only pimples. So try this method, and dessert recipe is really going to be made easy and very, very yummy as well. So it's done. I just allow it to also be on fire and just steam for 10 minutes more, and I was good to go, family. Look how beautiful. It is time for me to wrap it up and serve, because everyone in the house is hungry right now, because filming this was just another day for another story. It was so long, and everybody in this house love this dish so much. It is one of our favorite dishes that we love, and thanks again to my Notness. They are the real MVP. Amazing dish, so yummy. And if I'm doing this dish, the first person that I have in mind is my baby girl. She loves this dish so much, and it just keep me moving. Even if I'm very tired, I still want to make it for her to enjoy, because he loves that so much. You're going to see her in very shortly, because she loves her Diehuo. After all the hustle and the bustle, we are here ready to just make love to our delicious, sumptuous delicacy. Our soup is done, our stew is done, looking just so yummy. Isn't it such a delight to watch? Yes, and of course we have some eggs, and this is hot pepper mixed with blended with some of the liver and ginger. Amazing. And some fish, onions. Yes, that is how Diehuo is eating, family. You need to get all its accessories. So yummy. And look at that. This is how you serve it. Okay, first you just scoop your AYOYO soup, and then you take your Diehuo and you put it right on top, and then you also scoop another AYOYO on top for it to also revolve around your Diehuo. Just a delight to watch, family. I cannot deal. So once it's done, then everything comes in here. Your stew is how you love it. How many meat do you want? 2, 3, 4, just say it and you will have it. Okay, so good. This meal so yummy. I have not seen someone who do not like Diehuo. Very healthy, so yummy, and so sumptuous. We had our special guest come over, and he told me, whenever you make your Diehuo, please call me. Even when I'm sleeping, I will wake up from my sleep and I will come to be present here, because yes, the entire world, I know my baby girl loves it, but he really also loves Diehuo. He is the Diehuo king. Okay, he loves it. Of course, if you don't love good food, then I don't know what you want to love again. So yummy. Look, everybody loves this dish, so they were putting a little bit of pressure on me, but don't mind them. Okay. It was so yummy. Look at that ginger and liver plus some onions. You could not get it better like this, family. Just follow the step-by-step P, and definitely you're going to get it right. I assure you that.
Super delicious meal.
Thank you.
Excellent. This one 100 out of 100.
Amen. Thank you.
This one super. Trust me.
Okay. Take a moment and admire this little baby girl. She loves her Diehuo so much, and nothing else matters when she's eating her Diehuo. Look how hard he has hold her daddy's hand. Is like, hey, I have to finish this. If not, I'm not going anywhere. Oga. Diehuo is definitely a good catch for kids. One way to persuade all your children to love African meal, because it's so easy for them to swallow, and it's so very healthy as well. Thank you so much, family. I will be ending here, and if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe if you're new here, and like, comment, share for others to also enjoy. Thank you so much, family, for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye.